Hello everyone, welcome to this video. Today we will explore data models, what they are, why they are important and how they look, especially in Salesforce and also in Salesforce Marketing Cloud. By end of this video, you will have a clear understanding of how data models work and how they are visualized in Salesforce and also in Salesforce Marketing Cloud. We will also explore some of the basics of subscriber and we can go through some of the demos as well along the way. First and foremost, let's start by understanding what a data model is. A data model in Salesforce is a way to organize and store information in tables. So for example, I have a simple customer table here. So if you look at the table here, columns represents attributes: customer ID, customer name and customer city, and I have 3 rows. Each row represents a record and I have a values each attribute. For example, in the row 1 I have the customer ID as C101 and the customer name Jones and the customer city is London, followed by second row and the customer ID is C102 and the customer name is Wright and the customer city is New York, and the final row and the customer ID is C103 and the customer name is Lee Blanc and customer city is Paris. This is how we organize the data in a table, right? So now let's try to understand why data models are important. So the data models help organizations efficiently organize and access their data. Let's explore a real estate company called DreamHouse, which is located in Boston, and basically the individuals can see the listed properties in and around the area, and also they can reach out to the agents for any further information. So let's look at an example table to store the property information for the DreamHouse real estate company. Here I have columns. As we know, the columns represents the attributes, and we can see the attributes like property name, city, price, beds, baths, address, agent and agent contact information. And also we know each row represents a record, and each row will have some values, right? So here is the address for the property, architectural details. So each cell that we call as a value. For instance, one row might represent the property named contemporary luxury, and it is located in Boston and the price is 845k. It has 4 bed and 3 baths, and we can see the address followed by the contact details of the agent. You might be wondering how to visualize this data in Salesforce. So this is the screenshot from the Salesforce, and let's look at the how the data model looks like here. So in our previous table we saw the property, city, price and all these are attributes, right? So let's see how the attributes represented here. So property name is the attribute, address is the attribute, state is an attribute, zip followed by the tags and what's the status along with the agent name, mobile phone and email. So all these are highlighted in this screenshot or attributes for the data model. And also we can see the values. So the contemporary luxury is the value for the property name, and also 145 Commonwealth Avenue is the address for the property contemporary luxury. This property is located in MA, and the value for the zip is 02420, and we can see name of the agent which is Jennifer, and also the mobile numbers. Hope it is clear now what is an attribute, what is the value or the record for each and every data model. So let's look at the demo. I've just logged into the Salesforce, which is basically a playground from Trailhead, and we can use the org account here. So when we log in, by default we can see the home tab, but we can just navigate to properties. Here we can see the list of properties which are available in the DreamHouse. So let's see one of the any property which is listed here. Let's say modern city living. Here we can see the property name and also the address and the state, zip, status, and along with the details of the agent, right? So hope by this now everybody will get a understanding of what a data model is and how it looks like in Salesforce. So far we looked at what a data model is and how it looks in Salesforce. Let's switch gears to Salesforce Marketing Cloud and learn about data models in this context. But before we dive in, let's familiarize ourselves with a few important terminologies such as subscriber, subscriber key, all subscribers list. First and foremost, the subscriber. A subscriber is someone who has opted in to receive communications from our organization. As users, we might have done shopping many times, right? So, for example, when we sign up with our email address, we often agree to receive email communications or marketing emails from a specific company. So, the users basically who has given their email address and they are agreeing further to receive marketing communications or email, we call them subscribers. Next, subscriber list. In Salesforce Marketing Cloud, all individual subscriber are grouped into a master list called a all subscriber list. For example, we might see a lot of users who are opting to receive email communications from our company, right? All those subscribers, we call them as all subscribers list, which is basically a master list for all the users who have opted to receive the email communications or the marketing emails. We can see n number of customers in a for a specific company who has opted to receive communications, so we group them all and we there will be by default all subscriber list. Subscriber key. A subscriber key is uniquely identifies each subscriber in Marketing Cloud. It is similar to a customer ID in this table. So we have seen the data model, right? So the data model is nothing but how we store and organize the information in a table, right? So but each and every table will have a unique key or unique value so that it will be easy for data processing or accessing the data as well. So in this table we can see customer ID is unique, right? So the customer ID starts with, for the record one, C101 is the unique value, and the customer last name is Adam, and the customer first name is Ellen, and the city is New York, and we can see the email address. So if you look at all the records, the customer ID is positioned as unique and it is easy to access the record by using the unique identifier. This is the proper definition for the data model in Salesforce Marketing Cloud. So a data model is a structure that defines how the customer's data is organized, stored, and used within Salesforce Marketing Cloud. So the marketing teams basically they can use that data models and then deliver the better experiences across various marketing channels such as email or SMS, social, or any of the marketing tactics that they use. So it will be easy for them to utilize those models and then give the better experience. Let's look at the demo 2, how the data models look like in Salesforce Marketing Cloud. I have just logged into Salesforce Marketing Cloud. The main purpose of the demo is to understand how the data model look like within Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Previously, we understood what is a data model and how it looks like within Salesforce. But for now, we try to understand how the data model looks like within Salesforce Marketing Cloud. To do that, we have to navigate to the Email Studio and click on Email. By default, we will be looking at Overview tab. To see the data model, we have to navigate to the subscribers and then click on All Subscribers. In previous slides, we understood three basic terminologies. The first one is subscriber. right? I'm just trying to reiterate those definitions here. The subscriber is nothing but the user or the customer who have opted to receive the communications from a specific organization. And the second one is subscriber key. Basically that is the value that we can identify uniquely each and every record within a data model, right? And the final terminology is all subscriber list. All the users or the customers who ever given the email address to receive the communications will be part of a master list called all subscribers. So right now we are looking at the all subscriber list within Salesforce Marketing Cloud. So this is a master list for all the subscribers that we have in our database, or we can say in our data model. So in the initial slides we looked at a data model is a way to organize, store and use the data in a specific table format. So if we imagine that this is a table, right, we can see all the columns. We call each and every column as a attribute, right? So email address is an attribute, status is an attribute, subscriber key is an attribute, and we can see created date followed by added date. All these are attributes, and we can see the records as well. So this is the email address and we can see all the values. So this is one record and this is another record, right? So we can see a rows as records, and all these columns are attributes, and each and every cell called value, right? Hope it is clear what is a subscriber, what is a subscriber list, what is a subscriber key in this table, which are all the attributes, which are all values, what are all the records. Hope by this video we will get familiarized with all this terminology. Now you might be wondering, how can we create an attributes within Salesforce Marketing Cloud, right? To do that, we can directly click on profile management, or we can just navigate to subscribers and click on profile management. So here we can see all the list of attributes within the data model that we want, right? So we have a data model that we saw in all subscribers, and this is where we can see all the list of attribute names, right? So if we look at the attributes list from beginning, the first attribute is first name, second attribute is middle name, third attribute is last name. Likewise, in this demo account we can see close to 63 attributes. So how can we create an attribute? But there are other columns as well. For example, the second column is description, and if we observe here, this is also another data model, right? So order, name, description, data type, hidden, all these are attributes. But for now we will see how the all subscriber data model looks like. So this is where we define the data model for all subscribers. So we have 63 attributes, and we can see what kind of value that goes to each and every attribute. So that defines within the data type, right? So if it is a text, we need to give the text. If there is any numbers, we can give the numeric, right? And then there are some date attributes as well. So if you look at date of birth, which is it, data type is the date, right? And there are various other columns as well, like hidden, read only, required. Required means, so whenever we are creating any subscriber, the value is must. Without that, we will not be able to create a record. So in this data model, email address is mandatory. The number of characters are required to fill the data in that specific attribute. Let's create an attribute within Salesforce Marketing Cloud. For that, we need to click on create. So let's say we will create an attribute called last purchase date. Purchase date. Here what I have done, basically I've just added a attribute called purchase date, and then description, and what is the order of the display. Here we can give some additional details, whether it is mandatory whenever we are creating a subscriber, and hidden, read only, and everything. So all these details that we can get into details later, but I'm just giving a high level thing. So I've just given the attribute name along with description, and in the data tab, we need to select what kind of data type it is. Since we are looking at specific date, what is the recent purchase date from a specific customer, I'm just selecting that as a date. So here, what is the if we wanted to give any default value, we can give, and here there is no need to require the minimum or maximum length, but if we select text or the numeric, we can see the minimum and maximum length and also the default value. Since it is very specific to date, I'm just selecting the date. And also values. So values basically we will use if we have any drop down list for a specific attribute. For example, if there is a organization which is located in 5 different locations, I can just create a drop down list here by adding all the values, so the user can basically choose those things. Next, I'm just clicking on OK. Now the new attribute is added. Now let's look at the attribute that we have created. The attribute that we created is the purchase date. So here we can see the attribute name and the data type as well. So that's how we create a attribute within Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Now let's come back to the all subscribers. So this is the all subscriber list. We just now added the purchase date in our data model, so immediately it is reflecting for all the subscribers. With this, what we can say is attributes that we are adding in profile management which are reflecting in the all subscribers list. Here we can see the newly added attribute which is showing in the data model. Previously it was not. We just added the purchase date and it is reflecting here. So that's the quick introduction about data models. Now let's see how can we create a new subscriber within Salesforce Marketing Cloud. To do that, we have to click on create. Here we can see create subscriber wizard. Here we can just click on next. To create a subscriber, we need some basic details, especially subscriber key and email address are mandatory. For example, let's say if I create a, so there is no option, I'm unable to click on proceed further. So we can say that subscriber key and email address are mandatory to create a subscriber within Salesforce Marketing Cloud. So I have a sample data here. So for example, I have a subscriber key and I have an email address and I have the first name, but I'm just taking the last name here, and I have a city as well, and I have a mobile number. Okay, so by default what we can see, all subscribers is been marked. That means what we can say, if we create any subscriber within Salesforce Marketing, by default it will be part of all subscribers, right? Let's click on finish. Okay, we just created the subscriber. Let's find out. We can find the subscriber by using unique values. Subscriber key is the unique value. Let's click on find out. So here we can see the subscriber. Here are the some of the details of the email address of the subscriber and the subscriber key. Now let's see how we can import the subscribers into Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Now let's try to import the sample data model that we have, customer, some of the customer details. Let's say I have subscriber key, first name, last name, city, phone number along with the email address. I've already downloaded this. To import that, click on import here and then click on next here. This is basically where we have the opt-in permission from the subscriber. So just click on next. Since it is a demo account and I'm just importing the sample data. So here we have two options to upload the source file. The first one is our local computer and the second one is file transfer protocol. The second option we will create a separate session on that. And then data format. So comma separated values is one of the format that we are using, and here we have three options to update, right? The first option is update new subscribers and update subscribers that already exist. Here what is happening is we can import the new subscribers as well as we can update any of the existing subscribers. The second option is we add new subscribers but do not update subscribers that already exist. Here what is happening is we can just add the new subscribers, but we will not do any changes to the existing subscriber list. And the third option is update existing subscribers but do not add subscribers that do not exist. So basically here we can just update the subscribers of the existing, and we will not create any new subscribers. For this demo purpose I am just creating the first one. Here we need to select the file. So this is a file that I'm selecting where I have the sample data. Just click on next. So on the left hand side we can see the column names, and or basically I can see each column represents an attribute, right? On the right hand side we can see all the attributes within Salesforce Marketing Cloud. But if you look at here, initially while we creating the individual subscriber, also we saw subscriber key and email address are mandatory, which means those are all required. Without those two we will not be able to create subscriber. For example, right now if I just click on next, it is not allowing me. For example, let's now we have to map basically. So I'm trying to map. I just mapped subscriber key, but still I'm unable to see the next button. Let's try to map email, right? See, now I can see the next button is enabled. By default the city tab is already mapped. Here we can just map first name as well, and then last name, and then phone. So now mapping is done. We can just click on next. So here where we can add the email address, once the import is done we will get the completion report. Just click on begin. The import is in progress. The report is completed. Now we can see 15 subscribers are imported. So just click on finish. Now let's try to look at one of the subscriber. Let's go to the search, click on subscriber tree, click on find now. We can see the subscriber is being added to the all the subscriber list. So recapitulate what we have discussed. So we looked at all subscribers list within Salesforce Marketing Cloud, and we know what is a subscriber by now and how the data model looks like. So this is one of the data model which include all the attributes, and also we know what is a subscriber key, and we know and also how can we create a subscriber, and also we know how can we create an attribute, and also we looked at how to create a single subscriber within Salesforce Marketing Cloud by clicking on create. And we looked at another option called import option, and where we can use the CSV files and import the data. Two mandatory attributes to import the data in this data model: email address and subscriber key. So in the next video we will look at types of data model within Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Thank you.